Okay, so hello and welcome everyone. Deep bow to everyone who's here. I am Bhante Warapanyo. I have been a Buddhist monk for 5 years, and I have been a meditator and a Buddhist for 10 years. And I have been teaching meditation regularly for about 2 or 3 years. We are gathered together as a community, as a Sangha, as a community of well-minded practitioners here in our Discord server, the Monk Life Community Meditation server. And it is August 21st, about 12:10 a.m. And I am live streaming here from the Chua Phap Van Pagoda in Hanoi, Vietnam, in the midst of a 3-month meditation retreat here at this temple. These circumstances and this event in this moment is the ripe condition for the penetration into the present moment experiencing. Natural mind, ordinary mind, direct experience of breathing, direct experience of hearing, direct experience of seeing. This direct experience is meaning that it's not too much about the labels or the story or the ideas of what we see, or the ideas of what we hear, or even the ideas of what we feel or have felt. It is a awareness of the present moment experience of breathing or seeing or hearing. That is just like a whisper of truth or the sound of the bell. And so with that whisper of truth or with the sound of the bell, we are naturally able to detach from the complicated story about our life. We are able to detach from or gently put down the self. Gently put down the notion of this fixed, permanent version of ourselves that we need to deal with or manage, right? To place down, just in the same way that we place down a book that we're a little bit exhausted with, this real true person and a real true story. It's not that we aren't aware of it. It's not that we reject it. It's not that we have been reading this book or experiencing our life story with a self-identification and now we throw the book to the other side of the room, but we recognize it. Oh, that's me, that's myself, that's my story, and then place the book down through the means or through the awareness of natural mind, natural breathing, natural seeing, direct experiencing, present moment experiencing. So also, through this direct experiencing or present moment noticing of nothing in particular, but rather the noticing itself, we are able to feel into the nature of impermanence. That is, that while some idea feels permanent, some feeling in our body of uncomfortableness or anxiety or pain or pleasure seems to be having this permanent sense. It's there and it's permanent, so we are concerned with it. With that present moment experiencing or that present moment noticing, we're able to disillusion ourselves from that notion of permanence. So even though something is arising, even though we are experiencing something, some idea, some perspective, some feeling in the body, some emotional state, through the present moment experience of breathing, noticing in the here and now the breath, we can disillusion ourselves from the worrisome nature of something that is permanent, something that is fixed. So naturally, although we are aware of a pleasantness in the body, although we are aware of a thought, although we are aware of a tension in the body, we can notice it and not be too worried about it or too controlled by it, because in our noticing of it, we remember its impermanence, its impermanent nature, its changing nature, its temporary nature. If something is temporary, we don't need to worry about it too much. It will take care of itself. And finally, through this present moment experiencing or this mindfulness of breathing, this awareness of the breath flowing in and flowing out, we can drop this notion that any particular thought or mental formation, story of our life, the situation we're in, or any particular physical experience, even material experience, such as a sickness or goodness forbid, a cancer or something like that, or a pleasurable feeling or a pleasurable material object that we have close to us or inside of us, is ultimately not satisfactory. Mental experiences are not satisfactory. Physical experiences are not satisfactory. So that is to say that we don't rely on them. We rely on present moment awareness, present moment noticing, present moment breathing. We should be careful to avoid force or control or any sense of contrivance in this practice, right? Any sense of managing our meditation practice. Rather, present moment breathing is ordinary and accessible and simple, and it's also natural. It brings us to a natural state of mind, natural state of breathing, natural state of noticing sensations in the body, natural state of noticing thoughts. Allow the body and mind to relax naturally. Breathing and aware. The mind is home in the body. The mind is home with the body. Breathing in, home. Breathing out, open. Just breathing, aware. Just breathing and being. Many phenomena, many experiences happen. Life is not about cutting off our experiences. We have an experience, a thought, a memory, a feeling, sensation. Yeah. Come back to present moment breathing, present moment natural mind, breathing mind, heart mind. And open to widen out and to offer out this natural awareness, this natural mind, not to constrict it, not to constrict around the body or constrict around our breathing, but the breathing as an opening, the breathing as a widening out. The breathing is the heart, mind, body coming together and brightening out, opening out. Don't sink or drift. The sinking or drifting is the coming home to present moment breathing point. Coming home to breathing and being. Relaxing the mental formations and also relaxing the physical experiences. Just breathing, just being. Don't sink into sleepiness, but rather aware, aware, aware. Relaxation is to be used only, experienced only. Just breathing and aware. Rather than working to get into a meditation state, practice being in relationship with present moment experiencing. Practice being in relationship with present moment breathing. When you notice yourself to be drifting in any way, either in uncomfortableness or comfortableness, breathing as the anchor into present moment experiencing. Breathing as the anchor into natural mind. Breathing as the anchor into not being the boat in the storm, but being the storm. Nothing is more safe than the ocean itself. not about someone having an experience. Just present moment breathing is enough. If you get worked up or if you find yourself in a trap in the seated position, you can move into the laying position, or you can move into the standing position. Whatever position you are in, mentally or physically, is okay. But what is important, what is the meditation method? Present moment breathing. Just come back to present moment breathing and being aware. Using the power of no self, using the power of not someone, there is no objective, there is no meditation development, there is no point that we're working to get ourselves into. Present moment breathing is enough. Present moment breathing in such a way that is not related to someone, not related to some place, not related to some situation. Thoughts come and thoughts go. Physical experiences come and go. But present moment breathing is natural, accessible, reliable. Breathe as deeply as you need to, not to react to thoughts or to react to experiences in the body or to react to this situation of your life, but breathe as deeply as you need to come home. Present moment breathing, not someone, not some place, not some situation. Ever new, fresh mind, ever new, fresh heart, ever new, beginning again, body and mind. Present moment breathing is real. The quality and the content and the length of our dream are not much important. Waking up is important. Present moment breathing is important. In meditation, we tend to be a bit authoritarian. We tend to be a bit controlling. Think of it as the morning of a new day. Yeah, you slept all night. You had dreams. Maybe you passed gas while you were sleeping. Maybe you belched. Maybe it wasn't a pretty affair. Maybe you didn't get enough sleep. Don't let it discourage you. Maybe you had a wonderful dream or a difficult nightmare. Don't let it discourage you. This is a brand new day. This is a brand new breath. This is a brand new moment. Brand new breathing, present moment experiencing. Don't be discouraged. Enjoy the freshness of this breath. Breathing in, present moment, aware. Breathing out, release. It won't do you any good to judge the sleepiness. It won't do you any good to try and control that dream. Just wake up. Just see the sun. Just breathe the breath and open to ever new, impermanent, present moment experiencing. Breathe in richness and wealth and presence and freedom. Breathe out forgiveness. Allow the whole of life to include you, to embrace you, to hold you. Allow life to breathe you. Okay, at this time we can open our eyes if they are closed. We can rub our hands together if we like, and we can massage our face and our head. present moment breathing and natural mind, natural seeing, natural hearing, natural awareness of the body. This is not concerned with the story of our life. This is not concerned with the past or the future. This is a matter of ever new impermanent nature. This is a matter of the truth. We should try and we should practice all the time, every time, any time, to remember, to return to present moment breathing. Natural mind, or not someone, not some place, not some time, not some situation, but rather present moment breathing. We can listen to Dhamma talks. We can study the Buddhist teachings. We can practice meditation in the right way, which is natural mind, natural breathing, natural walking. We can volunteer. We can use our possession, use our time, use our body and mind for the others. To listen deeply, to share deeply, to offer out, offer our preciousness. When barriers arise, when complicatedness arises, when payback zones or karmic blockages arise, they are to be loved. They are to be cared for. They are to be attended to. Yeah, we feel afraid about it and concern about it and worry about it, so we run. But this mindset of running is fueling the fire of the suffering. It is fueling the fire of the attachment. When this karmic payback zone comes up, this anxiety, this fear, this depression, this awareness of difficulty that doesn't quite make sense comes up, this trauma, we have to hold it as we would hold a crying child. Not perfect. It hurts. This is our baby. This is our body. This is our mind, and it's hurting. But we have to attend to it, to use our natural mind, to use our natural breathing, to use our natural kindness, to be with that payback. To hold that barrier, to hold that blockage, to get up close with it, not to be afraid of it. It needs our attention, needs our love, needs our gentleness, needs our natural breathing. Needs our patience and our attentiveness. It's not to be rejected, and it's not to be ignored through the power of craving something or getting something. We need to take it for a walk. We need to breathe with it, to stretch it, to endure. We need to endure. But not through gritting our teeth. We need to endure through the widening out, the opening out, the remembering of ever new impermanent nature. Use the power of no self to embrace the self. Use the power of impermanence to embrace the permanence. Somehow we know that it's not fixed. We can offer that knowing to it, even though we feel it, even though it's really difficult. And we can offer our non-surprisedness to the fact that it's not satisfying. It's not a shock, it's not a confusion, it's not something to put us off balance, to throw us for a loop. It's this body isn't satisfying. This mental situation isn't satisfying. This experience that we find ourselves in is not truly satisfying. And we need to accept that, and we need to embrace that, and we need to face that, especially when those suffering come up. To breathe with it, to be with it. Sometimes life is comfortable and is going the way we like it to go. But it's not about feeling good. Life isn't about getting what we want. It's not about having pleasure. Life is about finding our purpose, finding our direction, finding our way of life, our way of practice to transform the mud. First, we have to recognize the mud. First, we have to experience the suffering. And as we start living in the right way and acting in the skillful way, those blockages are going to come up. Those sufferings are going to come up. Instead of getting lost in the ego, instead of getting lost in the story of our life and the story of the world, we need to endeavor to be mindful. We need to endeavor to do good deeds. We need to endeavor to be a good person. We need to endeavor to embrace what is not true with the truth. To embrace what is self with not self. Awareness itself. Present moment breathing itself. We offer it. Okay? If we are doing alone, it's going to be very difficult. So we have to take refuge in the Sangha, take refuge in the community. If we are trying to do it relying on our own skillful thinking or, our own natural wisdom, the wisdom of the universe, it's going to be very difficult. It's not going to work out too well. We need to take refuge in the Dhamma. We need to take refuge in the meditation masters and the teachers and the Buddhist teachings, the deep teachings. And we need to take refuge in the Buddha. We need to take refuge in our capacity to enlighten, to our capacity to see through the fog of life, to remember that what is behind that cloud, what is behind that storm, the clear blue sky, what is behind the pain and the suffering and the trap that we are finding ourselves in? Freedom, liberation. What is behind the anxiety? Safety. What is behind the anger? Non-anger. What is behind the depression? Non-depression. What is behind this tangled up knot of selfishness? No self. Pure generosity, pure widening out, pure brightness. If we are practicing in the right way, and if we have the right supports and the right conditions, the right environment around us, then sleeping is not very important. Eating is not very important. This kind of consuming self-care or pleasure-based self-care, right, or taking a rest is not so important. That doesn't mean it's to be rejected, but it means that what is important is doing good deeds more and more, practicing more and more, walking more and more, breathing more and more, seeing more and more, hearing more and more, present moment experiencing more and more, volunteering, sharing out, deep listening, getting involved with the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha. Right? Becoming a Buddhist, becoming a meditator, taking refuge, remembering our precepts. We have to dare to be unstable. We have to dare to enter the storm before we can be beyond the storm. If we do not dare to be unstable, then instability will control us. If we dare to do good deeds in the midst of instability, if we dare to practice mindfulness in the midst of instability, that instability will be subject to our good deeds. That instability will be subject to our mindfulness, rather than the other way around. That sleepiness will be subject to our doing good deeds, rather than the other way around. Now, we have to go slow and be careful and be practical. Take refuge, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, community. Be supported. Don't get ahead of yourself. But we have to develop that fearlessness so that we can know fearlessness. We know fearlessness because we bring it to fear. We know true stability because we bring it to instability. We know true freedom from anxiety because we've brought it to our anxiety. We went forward, we didn't turn back. So we need to exercise more and more to do good deeds, to be mindful, to listen to the Buddhist teachings, and also to detach, to abandon. Abandon your life, abandon your family, abandon the world, right here and now. It's very easy. Are you bringing your family into the bathtub with you? Are you bringing the world into the shower with you? No. You can abandon. Hopefully we can do that. Sometimes we're bringing these people and these things into the shower with us, right? So also this present moment, also this going for a walk, also this natural breathing, this mindfulness, to abandon everything, to give up and to give away everything. Doing good deeds with mindfulness and detachment, limitlessly. Not for ourselves, not for someone in particular, but for all. And we find out what that really means by putting it into practice. We can have some time for question and answer or sharing experience. And please consider that sharing your experience can be an act of generosity. So also asking a question can be an act of generosity. So, don't be too shy to do so. Okay. So we'll finish with sharing the merit, sharing out the benefit of our practice for all beings. Can bring your hands together and repeat after me. May all the merits that we have done till now be dedicated and shared out to all sentient beings. May all the merits that we have done till now be dedicated and shared out to all sentient beings. May all the merits that we have done till now be dedicated and shared out to all sentient beings. May all sentient beings rejoice and share in our merits. May all sentient beings rejoice and share in our merits. May all sentient beings rejoice and share in our merits. May it be, may it be, may it truly be. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And we can make a deep bow. Okay, my beloved Sangha, thank you all for being here, and take care. Thank you for being here for me. I know that you are, and I hope you know that I am here for you too.
Thank you.